Мгм.
Началось отлично, хорошо, хорошо. Зрители, в этот раз мы по-другому будем заниматься. То есть я ничего считать не буду, и ты ничего считать не будешь. Я буду задавать вопросы, и я буду подтверждать твои ответы. Так что начнем.
Хорошо.
So, how did Ricky feel in the beginning? How did Ricky feel? Was he sick or was he well?
Ricky did not feel well. He felt sick.
He felt sick, right. Ricky was sick. Was he crying? Did he seem to be crying or did he seem to be laughing?
He didn't laugh, and he was crying. He wasn't
He was
laughing,
crying.
he was crying.
He wasn't laughing, he was crying. So, were there tears in his eyes?
Yes, there were tears in his eyes.
There were no tears in his eyes. He seemed to be crying, but there were no tears in his eyes.
Okay, yeah.
As вы помните, да?
Ну, в целом.
Was his skin hot and dry?
No, he wasn't hot and dry. He was pale and wet.
Right. Pale, cold, and wet. Правильно. Where was his thumb? Was his thumb in his pocket?
No, his thumb was into his mouth.
In his mouth. And where and was he shaking?
Еще раз.
Were his eyes open or closed? Was he shaking?
His eyes were opened, and he was shaking.
He was shaking, right. How did Mark feel about that?
Mark felt felt very bad.
Right. But was Mark worried?
Yes, Mark was worried. Yeah.
Mark was worried. What did Mark remember a television program about? What?
Еще раз.
Mark remembered a television program. What was the program about?
That was the program about kids who was like Ricky. They they were with his thumbs into their mouths after um, after cry case maybe.
Еще раз скажите. Ну, правильно было, но еще раз скажите.
That was a program about kids like Ricky, who were with thumbs into his mouths because they were afraid.
Because they were afraid, right? A program about kids who saw something scary, very horrible, and they put their thumbs into their mouths for a whole year, right?
Yeah.
So what question did Mark's mother ask him? And did she ask him about his face? Did she ask him where he lost his face? Or did she ask him where he cut his face?
She asked where he cut his face.
Right. Did Mark want to lie to his mother?
No, Mark didn't want to lie his mother, but he didn't say the truth.
He didn't tell the truth, right? Not tell the truth either. So, where were they sitting? Were they sitting in a big room in an expensive hotel?
No, they were sitting in their room in the trailer.
No, they were sitting in a small room in a hospital.
In the hospital.
In a hospital. So, did she light a cigarette? Did his mother light a cigarette and then drink a glass of whiskey? And what did she start to do after she... Oh, блин. Чуть ответ не прочитал, блин. Did she light a cigarette and drink a glass of whiskey?
No, she didn't drink whiskey, but she lit her cigarette.
She lit a cigarette, right? And what did she...
Можно еще раз? Связь прерывается время от времени из-за этого.
Понятно. So, what did she start to do after she lit the cigarette?
Не помню.
Просто... Это вообще-то странный вопрос какой-то. Она просто начала. Плохой вопрос, если что так. Ничего. Так. Whom did she call when she saw Ricky?
She called uh, to their family doctor.
She called... Здесь ту не используется. She called who?
She called to their family doctor.
Без ту. Без ту.
This too. Called family doctor.
She called the doctor, right? Yes. And what did the doctor do?
The doctor called the ambulance.
Called an ambulance. Did he call an ambulance after 5 minutes or 10 minutes or did he call it right away?
He called right away, called immediately.
Immediately, right. So whom were they waiting for then to look at Ricky? Whom were they waiting for to look at Ricky? Как будет ambulance на русском?
Что?
Как будет ambulance на русском?
Скорая помощь.
Скорая помощь, да. Так, скорая его бы до больницы доставил, да? А кого они ждут там?
They were waiting a hospital doctor.
Правильно, правильно. They were waiting for a hospital doctor.
They were waiting for a hospital doctor.
Waiting for a hospital doctor. Right. So, why was Mark restless?
Mark was restless because he didn't eat anything and he didn't sleep.
And he didn't sleep, right. So, was it late at night? Was it late at night?
Yes, it was night.
It was night, right. So, what did Mark what happened to Mark when he left the room?
When Mark left the room, a hand grabbed him.
Who was it?
It was a cop.
It was a cop, yes. And what did the cop say to him?
The cop asked his name, and he wanted to know what happened with him and his brother.
So, did the cop know that he made the call?
Yes, the cop knew who did the call.
Did Mark lie?
No, Mark wanted to lie, but he tell the truth.
But he told the truth, right? So, where did they go? Where did Mark and the cop go?
They um, they went downstairs into the cafe.
To the cafe, yes. So Mark and the cop went to the cafe, and what did the cop ask him?
The cop asked what what they were doing at the old road.
What they were doing at the old road?
Yeah, what did he do at the old road?
No. The cop asked him how he found the body. The cop asked him, how did you find the body?
Okay, yeah.
So he asked him, how did you find the body? And what did Mark tell him?
Mark said that he and his brother came and saw the dead body.
Right. Now, why did the cop and Mark go to the cafe?
They went to the cafe because Mark wanted to eat and he wanted to get some food.
Did they go to get hamburgers or did they go to get apples?
He wanted to get a hamburger.
Right. Now, does the cop know that he was smoking?
Yeah, the cop knew that they were smoking because he saw dead cigarettes.
He saw their dead cigarettes, right. And what did he tell them about that?
He asked. He asked. Mm, for did you try did you try drugs? He asked.
And what did he tell him about drugs?
Mark said that they didn't try drugs.
And did the cop tell him to stay away from drugs, or did he tell him to be careful about drugs?
He said stay away from drugs.
Stay away from drugs. Now, did the cop ask him about the man who shot himself?
He said that he think they they saw a man killed himself.
Еще раз.
The cop said that he think the kids saw a man killed himself. Or not? Не помню.
The cop asked, "Did you see the man before he shot himself?"
Him.
Did Mark lie about that?
Yeah, Mark lied about lie about that. He said that he didn't saw a man before.
Right, he said he has not seen the man before he shot himself. So, what did the cop ask him about? So the cop said, does the cop believe him?
No, the cop didn't believe him.
He actually believed him. He said, "So you just found him dead?"
Sure.
And the cop believed him.
Believed him?
Right. Вы третью главу читали?
Да.
Наверное, там написано, так он на самом деле верил ему или нет?
Нет.
Не верил.
Нет, не верил.
Так, похоже, здесь кто делает вид, что верил. Хорошо. So I didn't believe him. So, has Mark ever seen a dead body before?
Еще раз.
Has Mark ever seen a dead body before?
Mark had seen dead body before, only on TV.
Only on TV. Now, how did the cop react to that?
The cop said kids saw a lot of on TV in this time.
Right. Kids see a lot of things on TV these days. And did the cop smile?
Maybe, yeah.
Yes, the cop smiled. And he said, kids see everything on TV these days. So, what did the cop notice after that? About Mark?
He asked where he did cut his face.
Right, he asked, where did you cut his face? And what did Mark tell him?
Maybe Mark tell that he cut his face in play football when he okay he cut his face in fight with another boy.
Where?
uh, where he's fighting with another boy.
Where? Where did he get into a fight?
At school.
At school, right. So, did the cop ask his name? The other kid's name?
Uh, the cop wanted Mark to say the name of another boy, but Mark didn't tell.
And why didn't he tell?
Um, because they were no fighting and there was no another boy.
Which means he was.
uh,
Which means Mark was. Значит, Mark.
so Mark was lying.
Right, he was lying to a cop. Now, why was Mark lying suddenly?
He didn't want to tell about he was in the car.
Hmm? Is Mark afraid he'll go to jail?
Mark was afraid, but yeah, Mark was afraid.
About?
Was afraid about mafia, the mafia.
Right, the mafia. So, what did Mark say when the cop asked the other kid's name?
He said that he didn't know his name.
So, what did the cop reply to that? Did the cop want to talk to the other boy?
The cop said that he wanted to talk to another boy.
Right. And then the cop asked something else. What did he ask?
Помню. Варианты есть?
Не понял?
Не помню.
Не помнишь. Хорошо. Так, he asked, why did you not give your name to 911?
He asked that.
So, what did the cop ask Mark?
The cop asked why Mark didn't say his name to 911.
Did Mark lie? Does Mark have an answer to that?
Еще раз.
Does Mark know how to answer that question?
Mark. Mark said that he is he afraid? Or don't? Yeah, he said that he didn't know why.
Я не знаю. Честно, я не знаю. So, does that mean that Mark had an answer to his question?
No, he didn't answer to his question.
So, the policeman asked again. And what did Mark say this time?
Mark said that he was afraid.
He was afraid, right? And what was Mark trying to do? How was he trying to look?
He was trying to look. He was trying to look like he didn't see the lawyer killed himself. He wanted to look frightened.
Right, frightened. And he wanted to look very innocent.
Innocent.
Innocent. Знаете, innocent?
Да.
Very innocent. So, what did he ask the cop?
Не помню.
Do you think I'm lying?
Yeah.
And does the cop think he's lying? Does the cop know he's lying? Is the cop sure that Mark is lying?
The cop think that Mark was lying.
The cop said he doesn't know. He said, I don't know if you're lying.
He said, no, I don't know, but your story is full of holes.
So, and then what does the cop think was happening?
The cop think that Mark and his brother went at the old road to smoke, and they saw a lawyer killed himself.
And where does he think they were when they were smoking?
Еще раз.
Where does the cop think Mark and his brother were when they were smoking?
because um, he find the dead cigarettes in the grass.
Ну, это why do you think? Это, ну, это почему он думает, что они курили, да? А я спрашиваю, where, то есть где он думает, они были, когда курили? Да-да.
He think that they were into the long grass.
То есть long grass,
Behind
написано,
the car.
написано trees, но я помню, что ну, они там в траве были. Так. And does he think they saw the whole thing? Or does he think they only saw the dead body?
He think that they saw a man killed himself.
Right. He thinks they saw the whole thing happen. And what does he think proves that? Так, какое здесь, что он здесь представляет как доказательство?
That Ricky is sick because he saw all the things.
Правильно, только Рики не болеет, он
Ricky is
это на английском будет точно так же, как на русском.
Ricky is in shock.
Right. And what else? One more thing. One more thing. Ricky is in shock and?
Ricky is in shock and cry.
So first Ricky and now Mark. Ricky is in shock and Mark is? Очень просто.
Cry, afraid.
Afraid, right. So, так он думает, что то, что Рикки в шоке, и Марк очень испуган, он думает, что это доказательство того, что они все видели. And then, what happened to Mark? Was he calm, or was he getting nervous?
Mark was getting nervous.
He was getting nervous. So, and what was happening to his body?
His body was shaking.
His body was shaking, and what was happening to his heart?
His heart beat faster.
It didn't beat faster, it.
And
Остановилось.
and stopped.
Stopped. And his blood?
His blood
Когда вы очень сильно когда мы очень сильно испугаемся, что мы чувствуем?
his blood was cold.
Cold, да, правильно. Молодец. His blood was cold. So was he trying to look calm? Or was he just, or was Ricky trying, not Ricky, was Mark trying to look calm?
Yeah, Mark wanted to look calm.
But what did he do with his hands?
But his hands were shaking.
So what did he do with them to stop them from shaking?
Okay. He sat on his hands.
He sat on his hands. So does Mark look nervous right now to the cop?
Mark didn't look calm. Mark looked nervous.
Nervous, very nervous. А еще есть такое слово, когда человек очень нервничает или очень неспокойный, очень беспокоится так. Можно сказать, что он на русском будет тревога, да, тревога. Да, тревожен. Что такое, да?
Да.
На английском будет anxious.
Как еще раз?
Anxious.
Actions.
Anxious, да. Anxious. Это просто значит очень беспокоит. Очень нервничает. Так, вы понимаете, сердце остановилось, что там здесь написано все. Так, можно сказать, что Mark is anxious.
Mark was anxious.
Mark was anxious. So, what was he worried about now? What was Mark worried about now?
Mark was very worried about that.
What was Mark worried about? What was he thinking could happen to him, to Mark?
He didn't want to get like Ricky. So he didn't want to be like Ricky.
No.
No?
This is about the cop. What was Mark worried the cop was going to do to him?
He think that he go to the prison.
Right. Еще раз.
Mark think that he.
Прошедший времени.
Mark thought that he went to the prison. Go.
Mark thought that he
Go to the prison.
would go to the prison.
Okay.
То есть он на самом деле, в тюрьме не сидел, да?
Mm-hmm.
То есть, so Mark was worried that he would go to prison.
Go to the prison. Mm-hmm.
Так, еще раз.
Mark thought that he would go to the prison.
Right. And what else was he worried about? About Ricky?
He worried that Ricky would with his thumb into his mouth. No.
He was worried that Ricky would на русском. He was worried that Ricky would go mad.
Mm-hmm, go mad. Yeah.
So he was worried about two things. What was he worried about?
He was worried about he would go to the prison and that Ricky would go mad.
Правильно. So he was worried that Ricky could go mad. So Mark needed time to think, but what did the cop say? What did the cop tell him to do? Did he tell him to eat quickly or take his time?
Не помню.
The cop said, "Eat your food now."
Mm.
And why?
Еще раз вопрос, что я не понял.
So the cop told him, "Eat your food quickly, so eat your food now." Why did he tell him to hurry up? So why did the cop tell Mark to eat quickly? Or why did he say, "Eat your food now"? What did he want to do?
He wanted to take his fingerprints from his coke. Или, ну это дальше, видимо, было просто.
Ничего себе, там это не написано, что Хитрец какой-то. Ничего. Это ж просто написано, что, ну, чтобы он хотел рассказывать все его маме или устроить какой-то вопрос. Ну, да. He said, we better get back to your mother. You can bring your coat with you. Что на самом деле хотел? Ну, так, отпечатки проверять.
Да, он потом возьмет банку из-под Кока-Колы, которую Марк держал в руках.
Все лучше хитро. Так, что в третьем главе? В третьей главе.
Да, наверное, в третьей главе это будет.
Будешь только вторая, первая. Ну, и кажется, это все. Что-то много было вопросов. По-моему, этот формат не очень. Ну, по крайней мере, для меня. Я, честно, первый раз как-то, ну, в первом занятии я что-то неправильно понял Костю. Так, он сказал, что я должен был, чтобы я вам не дал читать, чтобы я сам читал и потом задавал вопросы. Так. Ой, это я сказал потом с другими учениками. А вот здесь, ну, этот формат, мне, честно, не очень понравился. А вам как? А тебе как?
Некоторые моменты просто уже забылись, и поэтому тяжеловато.
Ну да, это здесь все зависит от памяти. Мне кажется, вы большинство все, да, ты большинство помнил все, да?
Ну, сейчас вспомнил, да. Ну, второе занятие уже легче гораздо прошло, чем первое.
Все серьезно.
Ну, мне показалось, что как-то попроще было уже.
Ну, может быть. Потому что этот формат немного лучше, потому что ничего не читаю тебе, только задавай вопросы, и ты в памяти отвечаешь. Ну да, что-то мне кажется, что вопросов мало было. То есть не было для меня достаточно возможности, ну, придумать вопросы. Да, здесь у меня текст есть, но там, ну, либо текста мало, либо просто голова короткая.
Может быть, может из-за этого. Ну и да, в первом занятии были вопросы еще, ну, не просто по тексту, а как бы по смыслу еще.
Да, по смыслу, да. Но думаю, может быть, если бы голова была немного, ну, длиннее, можно было бы так придумать вопросы больше до смысла. А там ты всю книгу почитал?
Нет, мы еще не всю книгу разобрали. Сейчас на 6 или 7 главе.
О, ничего. Так,
Кажется, может больше.
потом главе, ну что, длиннее или...
Ну, наверное, да, дальше подлиннее будут.
Хорошо. Да. Ну, тогда все, что? 55 минут. Надо было подольше. Простите меня, это моя вина. Так.
Ничего, в следующий раз подольше.
В следующий раз 2 часа. 2 часа, обещаю. Крайней мере 2 часа будет. И вообще лучше выучить только английский.
За 2 часа у меня голова взорвется.
Кстати, я вот такой, может быть, все занятие на английском, как сказать, провести, как и Ева, или тебе.
Попробовать можно.
Можно, можно. Только вот я попробовал это немного раньше, когда пару лет назад проводил занятия. Но можно еще раз попробовать. Так что, сказать, get ready, подготовьтесь, подготавливайся, что, как сказать.
Ну да, что подготовьтесь к следующему занятию. Ну да, я
Лично ты.
еще главу уже прочитаю перед занятием, чтобы все помнить.
Ну что, 2 глава. Перед занятием почитали. Ну, ничего, что интересно?
Да, мне понравилось.
Ну, хорошо. Ну, так. Доброй ночи.
Спасибо. Доброго дня.